Yes, I'm live again. I didn't think I was going to be, but then I looked at the flex schedule for this game, and I was quite happy with it compared to last week. We got two teams that I actually care about, and that have had their share of recent heartbreak since I left Arizona for the first time. Speaking of which, I got something to look forward to as the Sun Devils play Texas in the Sugar Bowl, or is it the Peach Bowl? It's one of the two in the South. At any rate, I was hoping I could reserve this for my Cardinals jersey. Supposedly, they were out of contention in the playoffs last week, but I was in denial. Denial works well for me. But yesterday, I couldn't ignore it. They had another shot to win in the final seconds, and they didn't. These last two games, I have not bothered to watch the highlights or lowlights or all of the above. So, now I've just got to see how things shake up. We've got two electrifying quarterbacks, one of whom I have seen, and one of them who is a former Sun Devil. I will take that to my grave. And then another, at one time, Pac-10 quarterback who's finally getting a chance to start. He actually got a start last week, and he had the help of a great defense, that being Michael Penix and the Atlanta Falcons. So, the winner of this game will obviously have the inside track at staying in the playoffs. I would have thought that the Redskins would still have it, but based on the way things have been shaking up of who's left in the hunt, oh yeah, I heard about President Carter's dying. At least he got to 100. And it's kind of appropriate that, in a sense, you got a guy who grew up in Georgia, was the governor there, made it to the presidency in D.C., where the game is being played. Hopefully these two teams he probably would have liked will give him a good show, and will give us a good show in return as well. They're playing the national anthem. It's rare that you actually hear it at the beginning of the game, but this is a special occasion. So I don't have a hat to lower, but thank you for your service, President Carter. Bravo. Bravo. It'll be a shame to see one of these teams knocked out. Although, oh, did I say the Redskins earlier? I meant the Commanders. If I did, I don't even remember. Lately, it's a wonder I can remember anything. I was actually contemplating not doing any Sunday night football games anymore. The fact that the Cardinals are out of it has kind of dampened my enthusiasm. But we got a really great game, I think, shaping up tonight. Damn, I got an itch in the place I don't want to scratch it. I'm sorry. I gotta go. And I know I still look awful. I'm still procrastinating on getting my beard trimming shaver. Whoever just joined me, hang in there. Feel free to chat me up with a question for the future. Okay, I'm back. So is the action, or at least the action's about to commence. They're having rain over there too. Interesting, they've renamed the Washington Stadium as Northwest Stadium, even though they're in the northeastern part of D.C. and the northeastern part of the country. One of these days they'll have a locally specific sponsor of stadium names, like we had with America West Arena. Whoever's just joining me, thank you for doing so. Feel free to chat me up for anything that interests you. And game's about to start. And may the best team win. Who knows who that can be? Again, we have the any given Sunday rule, although once again, we had a lot of games between teams that had very outstanding records against teams with less than outstanding records. And the teams with the more outstanding records seem to actually win. So we actually have a team that won the toss and wants to receive. We got another former Sun Devil, Zane Gonzalez, kicking it off. And it's a touchback. They got quite a few former Pac-12 players. 4 in the offense alone. I saw Penix in the national championship game. He was awesome. Thankfully, they've got a decent rushing game, so he doesn't have to win it all by himself, in addition to their pretty good defense. Oh, yeah, he was the runner-up in the Heisman of Daniels. Ironically, he played at Indiana too, but he wasn't a starter for much of the time there. And since he left, they've really gone gangbusters up in the Hoosier State. So Penix, who is left-handed, throws it on second down, gets it to Hodge, number 12. So I'm looking at Penix's stats. He didn't throw any touchdowns. He threw an interception, but he had a pretty good completion percentage. And he gets off to a good start right now. They're at past the 45 of their own end. London is in motion, number 5. Penix back to throw after faking the handoff, and then he gets it to Robinson, who only gets about a yard and a half. So thank you for joining me. Feel free to chat me up on anything that crosses your mind. I bet the Falcons aren't looking terribly stupid at having drafted this guy in the first round. They're going over the benefits he provides as opposed to Cousins, who you keep forgetting that Cousins had a really bad injury last year. It didn't make him as mobile as they wanted. It's now 3rd and 8 after that incomplete pass. Ball's at the 47. Penix back to pass. Gets it off, and it's picked! Oh! And he makes the tackle to somewhat make up for it, because he was otherwise headed to the end zone, and that's number 20. Didn't get the name. And Penix telegraphed that pass pretty easily. That's Martin. So 12:45 to go in the first, and the Washington offense takes the field. They made it all the way to the 38 of the Falcons with that interception return. Daniels back to pass. Gets it off to Zacchaeus, who gets a first down. And those were some hard-won yards. And this is one of the things about having a rookie start all year. By the time at the end of the season comes around, if they've lasted this long, they're no longer a rookie. And Penix made a rookie mistake earlier. We now have a handoff to another Robinson, whose first name starts with a B, except this is Brian Robinson, who is nicely recovered from his gunshot wound from last year or 2 years ago. Falcons, of course, have Bijan Robinson. Yeah. You mentioned that, Tarico. He started his career at Arizona State. Yeah. And where is LSU this year in the postseason? They're not in the playoff picture. As Daniels passes it, gets it complete to Zacchaeus again. As Penix continues to look at the tablet, wondering what the heck was going on. So the ball got to the 15. Daniels in the gun, hands it off to Robinson again. Oh, he gets a yard, and that's it. Gets a yard. Ugh. And it's less than 10:30 now. Daniels is in the gun again. Zacchaeus is in motion. Daniels back to pass. The blitz is on. Oh! Ertz had it in his hands, and he couldn't hold on to it. So it'll be 3rd and 9. Daniels really gunned it in there. And there wasn't much the Falcons defender could do to bat it down. Ertz is a pretty tall drink of water. So Daniels is still in the gun. Ertz is in motion. Daniels now back to pass. And he gets it to Crowder, number 80, but he's short. 2 yards to go. The crowd is asking him to go. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and do that. And that's quite an impressive 4th down conversion rate. Still, I'd want points on the board. It's a pretty close field goal. Daniels is in the gun. Zacchaeus is in motion. Daniels is going to hand it. Oh, no, he's going to. Oh, my goodness. There were so many redirects in that I completely lost track, but he got it to Zacchaeus on the bootleg. Touchdown, Commanders. And they take advantage of the turnover. They faked the handoff. It seemed like Daniels was going to run it in, and then he changed his mind at the last second and passed it to Zacchaeus. That was a bit of a difficult catch he had to make. Okay, the extra point's good. This is probably why I wouldn't make a good announcer ultimately. I just got so damn tongue-tied. Okay, we are at a commercial timeout. Whoever's joining me on the commercial timeout, sorry you're not joining me when there's any actually action, but feel free to chat me up on anything if you want. Take off your jacket and stay a while. Ugh. So in the meantime, all I have to do is purge my emails. So the playoff picture is a little more set in the AFC since the Colts lost to the Giants. Ay, 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 ay. I forgot about that one. That was one instance where any given Sunday really applied. Okay. As they relive the Hail Mary Lund. Interesting that Tarico acknowledged Hanukkah in addition to Christmas as far as presents, many of which were probably a Jaden Daniels jersey, as Gonzalez kicks it off once more with feeling, and it's going to be a touchback. Now they're finally going to introduce the Washington defense. Well, there's a first. One guy actually mentioned 2 colleges. But that's the way it is with the transfer portal nowadays. And we have a handoff to Bijan Robinson, who gets it quite the ways away up the field and gets a first down. Penix back to pass out of the shotgun, and he guns it appropriately. Oh! Hodge had it, but got hit and lost the ball. That was quite the play by the defense there. Nice and legal. So less than 9 minutes left. Penix back in the gun still. Ball's at the 43. Penix is back to pass. Gets it to Kyle Pitts, who gets a first down and then some. Forced out of bounds in the Commanders' territory. I almost did it again. It's Commanders. Ugh. Nice job of Pitts breaking a tackle with that stiff arm. Hello, people. Feel free to chat me up if you want on any old subject. Thanks for stopping by. Ball's now at the Reds. Damn it. Commanders. The Commanders 34. Penix back to pass. Oh, Robinson bobbles it, but eventually catches it and runs forward and gets a yard for his trouble. And Kirk Cousins is still with the team. He has not been cut yet. So he's looking rather chagrined, I suppose. And he did start his career with the then Redskins, now Commanders. Penix back to pass again. He gets it to Pitts again for a short gain. Maybe I could call it a modest gain. Got about 5 out of that. It's now 3rd and 4. Okay. Spot at the 28. Whoops! Oh, premature snap. And Penix did well to get a handle on that. So now it's 4th down. That was a nice catch of that snap. The pass was incomplete. So Younghoe Koo with a 46-yard attempt for the Falcons. The kick is good, and actually that's not Koo. That was Patterson. I forgot Koo was injured. And we got a penalty against the defense. So that means an automatic 1st down. Sandstrill is the guilty party. Number 0. He lined up in the neutral zone. So Penix gets a chance to, and the center for the Falcons get a chance to redeem themselves. Ball's at the 23 now. Penix back to pass. He gets it to London on the naked bootleg, who's going to try and do the hurdle, but fortunately he does not flip over. And it was not a terribly successful hurdle, but he got the 1st down despite that. And hello to everyone who's joining me. Feel free to chat me up on any little thing. So let's see. I think he got to at least the 10. Hard to tell given where he landed out of bounds. Yep, it's at the 10. Penix is in the gun, single back behind him. Hands it off to Robinson, who jukes his way through and gets to about the 6. So it'll be 2nd and goal. So as the Falcons continue this extended drive, Penix now has an empty backfield as he sits in the gun. Penix in back to pass. Gets it off. Tried to get Hodge again, but it was a bit too far. And he bobbled that snap as well. And we got an audible by Penix. And the clock is really coming down on the play clock. But he gets the snap is off. Penix back to pass. And it's incomplete. And we got a flag. We got laundry. And it looks like pass interference. 24, Davis is the guilty party. Though he's shaking his head as wondering, what, me? Let's see what happens on the replay. Oh, that was kind of obvious. Why are you shaking your head, dude? So, 1st and goal again. And we got a triple option look. And, actually, it was a wildcat. Robinson took the handoff, and he scored easily. Penix actually had gone out in motion. Even his lead blocker was untouched. That was quite the opening. So Patterson's now out to do the extra point instead. The kick is up, and it is good. Maybe the easiest TD I've ever seen in a long time. So, we got a good game to start. And I'm sorely tempted to go back to my Star Trek Fleet Command game to see how things are going as we are at the commercial break. I think that someone came into the commercial break as I was about to leave. If you want to talk about something, go ahead. Feel free to chat me up on anything. Or not. Okay. Hey. Oh, I'm one short. Good God. All right. Back in action. And the Falcons have a different type of kicker to handle the kickoffs. Number 13. Whoever he is, he made it a touchback. And now we finally have the Washington offense being announced. Ah, yes, Cliff Kingsbury, who has resurrected his career in the D.C. area. In the meantime, Daniels hands it off to Robinson, but he gets nothing as there are 5 minutes left in the quarter. And we got no huddle action going on. Daniels is in the gun and fakes the handoff to Robinson. Daniels back to pass. He's in trouble. And he's sacked and got brought down in a horrible angle, but he got up real quick after that. Oh, that was not what I wanted to see. Bertrand with the sack for the Falcons, number 40. He of the Guardian cap. Yeah, they replayed it for the stadium crowd, and they went, ugh. Ugh. So under 4 minutes left in the quarter. It's 3rd and 23. That sack was pretty bad. And he gets it to Zacchaeus, who tries to weave his way to a first down. He's could only get to the original line of scrimmage. So we'll have the first punt of the game. Way, number 10, will be the punter for the Commanders. Williams, number 26 of the Falcons, will be the return guy. And I just knocked something over. With 3 minutes left, the punt is away. And the kick is being returned and gets up to about the 28. Ugh. Go Devils! Oh, hello, Jade. Good evening to you too. And yeah, it sucks that my Cardinals didn't make it. Ugh. Such promise to start the year. I'm happy that they've improved and we're actually in the first place for a change. Congratulations on your Vikings winning. Yeah, there's a lot of bandwagons I can jump on. I lived in the D.C. area briefly, so the fact that the Commanders have done well under new ownership is nice to see. The Falcons, 28-3, what can you say? And this game presents a lot of ironies, because I forgot to mention in the broadcast that Quinn coached the Falcons, and now he's coaching the Commanders. By the way, your caps lock is on. You don't have to shout unless you really want to. As we go in the commercial over all the people who have been on Saturday Night Live. It's their 50th year of existence, amazingly enough. It doesn't matter to me. I was just curious if you were aware of it. So, the game action is returning. I don't want to unmute the commercials just yet. But action will return soon enough. Okay. So, given the Falcons' relative failure as of late, there aren't going to be, I believe, many of their fans who jaunted up from the Peachtree State to Maryland. But there's one. So we'll see what Atlanta can do again. Ball's in the 29, actually. Penix pitches it out to Robinson, Bijan that is, and is forced out of bounds by Sanastril. Gets 8. Oh, no, that was 20 who forced him out. Martin, the guy who had the interception. Okay, 2nd and 2. Penix is directing traffic. And we have a beep, 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 a beep, 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 a beep, 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 beep situation. And we have a cha-cha. 89, the tight end for the Falcons. Warner, the guilty party. I hope you had a nice dinner, Jade. I at least got to eat some lunch just before I started, but I'm already getting hungry. But I hate it when I start these streams and I haven't had anything to eat in a while. It's just a Jeep, just single meat lovers pizza. And that was quite the experience. And Robinson slipped as he was being handed the ball, and he's lucky to get even a half a yard. It'll be 3rd down. Hodge, who was in motion, forgot when the snap count was and was wondering if he was in the way. And yeah, I'll have to grab a snack at the half. And they're focusing on Bobby Wagner, the veteran from the other Washington that had Seattle. In the meantime, Penix tried to throw the ball to Robinson, but it was overthrown, and it's 4th down. The Falcons will punt with 59 seconds left in the quarter. I've unfortunately run out of groceries. It's been hard to get out in this weather without a car to do anything. So the Falcons punter, number 13, Pinion, who handled the long kickoff duty, is kicking. He gets it off. And, muffed punt, but he gets it. Crowder, he does, and is able to bring it up to the 28, despite the muff. Excuse me. Well, we'll see. Injuries happen. You see what almost happened to Daniels about Penix making way for Cousins. It'll be interesting to see how this game turns out because there's a lot riding on it. Who knows if Coach Morris will be desperate if his team gets behind big. Will he turn to Pizza Ranch boy in such a moment? Penix has already had an interception on his first drive in this game. He seems to have settled down, though, a little bit. Now, the ball's officially indeed at the 28. Daniels is in the gun. Zacchaeus is in motion. And Daniels back to pass. And he gets it to Ertz. No. Oh, it is Ertz. Close to a 1st down. Gets 9.5, or maybe at 9 1/3, 9 1/4. As Penix continues to look at his tablet, and looks like since the game clock is less than the play clock, they're going to just let the time run down and go into the next quarter, which would be the 2nd quarter. So Jade, talk to me. I don't know what happened to my moderator. His Bills have made the 2nd seed in the AFC. And don't know where he disappeared off to unless he's doing streams himself. But I desperately need someone to talk to. Bring up any subject you want. I have yet to see your dog. What kind of a mix is he or she? I forget. As I'm watching this Apple Watch commercial, reminds me I need to get out and exercise. We have a spa at our apartment building. I knew we had a pool that is actually year-round, which is a rarity in this town, this metropolitan area. And you can actually swim in it until 8:30. And I'm hoping to take advantage of it once football season's over. So, well, I don't know if you've told me what kind of job you have. I know you work in an office, something I hope to get back to. Eventually, maybe, someday. So that's right. The Monday night game is the Lions and the Niners, which I'm sure ABC hoped and ESPN would be quite the decider. It can still be, at least for the Lions, but the Niners, they've just been hit to heck and back as we have a ice house of Peanuts characters. Okay, they're showing what's at stake for both teams playing now. And we have a handoff to Brian Robinson Jr., that is, for the Commanders. And he gets a nice gain. Almost gets to the 50. And now we have no huddle again by the Commanders. Oh, and we've got another Wildcat situation. Robinson taking the direct handoff and getting 8 yards in the Falcons' territory. But, hold on. Jade, one of your headbands showed up. Oh, rescue. I meant the breed. It's nice that it's a rescue dog. You've got my respect for that. As Jarrett is the guilty party for holding on the defense, which is a rarity when it comes to the line. They add the penalty onto the yardage from the run. It's now at the 39 of the Falcons. We have another run by Robinson, who gets some help to get an extra past the line of scrimmage and get an extra yard. "14 minutes left in the half. Second and 9. I see your comment. I'll get to you in a second. Daniels back to pass, and he gets it off to McLaurin, who gets his first catch of the night for about 6. Let's see. Oh, you don't know what the breed is? Yeah, that makes sense. If you're not a 100% dog expert, there'd be no way for you to know, unless it's patently obvious, like a German Shepherd. Or a Dachshund. Okay, 13 minutes left in the half. Daniels back to pass. Gets it off to number 80, Crowder, again, and it's another first down. And again, Daniels appears to wants to go to no huddle. And Crowder did well to get the ball, considering it was starting to go behind him. And apparently they're is no huddle. It's at the 29. Daniels back to pass. Gets it out for a running back screen to the far outside, but I don't think he even gained any yard. Yeah, he only lost a yard. $12 left. Daniels back to pass again. Gets it to Zacchaeus, who gets a first down and gets his shirt partially torn off in the process. I've seen that a lot more this year. Jade, we can only hope the game stays close. It'll help me stay awake, which is something I really struggled to do last Sunday. Oh, now you got me started with the yawning again. I hate it when that happens. After I eat, I tend to get sluggish. Okay, ball's at the 12 of the Falcons. Daniels fakes the handoff and decides to run it himself. And, we got a ton of flags after he was hit behind the line of scrimmage. But they're going to call holding on the offense. 63 Biadash is the guilty party. I thought that there was maybe an illegal hit on Daniels because the flags came in right after he got gang tackled. The thing is, I should be able to stay up because it's just barely past 6 o'clock. And yeah, the Falcons lineman was tackled to the ground, so they're going to call that every time, or at least they should call it every time. 1st and 20 now. Daniels back to pass, and he gets picked off. 55 Ellis gets the pass. So each of these college star quarterbacks have thrown a pick. Okay. Well, that'll certainly wake you up. Now, even though Daniels has had a red-hot season, still, he is a rookie, as is Penix. There will be inconsistencies afoot. That may definitely make this game close. It's definitely close now. And we'll see if it continues to stay close throughout the night. Oh, you're going to make me look up the stats page. Given his record in leading the Commanders this year, I would assume not much. He had a couple against the Eagles that they committed 5 turnovers and won that game is something of a minor miracle. Okay. Thankfully, NFL, when you go to players and their stats, It defaults right to the quarterback. And yes, we've got Jaden Daniels sighting in a Arizona State uniform. Okay. Daniels has thrown 8 picks coming into this game. Very impressive given it's in single digits. Not bad for a rookie. They hand it off to Algiers as the action resumes for the Falcons. He gets about 8. Good job of NBC showing Ellis doing that fake out. Penix is in the gun. Hands off to Algiers again, spelling Bijan Robinson, and he gets the first down in the process. The one with the fewest interceptions that's been a full-time starter has been Justin Herbert. He's only had 3, which is quite remarkable. Lamar Jackson's only had 4 to go with his 39 touchdowns. That's MVP stuff right there. It'll be interesting to see how he responds. But right now, it's the Falcons trying to drive. They're at their 41. Fake the handoff, Penix does. And he guns it, trying to get Hodge just a little too far. And Hodge actually tried to dive a little for it, which receivers don't do enough these days. Yeah, wow is right. Okay, 2nd and 10. Penix audibling at the line, but he needs to get that off in a hurry. And he gets the pass off to London, who is thrown out of bounds. And whoever did that is fortunate to not have gotten one of Jade's headbands, as we're under 9 minutes left in the half. They were close to delay a game again, but they got off just in time. So they're in Commanders' territory at the 45. Penix hands it off to Robinson, who's back in. Bijan, that is. And he gets 5 before being stalled out by the Commanders' defense. I unfortunately have to reveal that I'm 50-plus years in existence on this earth. And the vast majority of them, I've known the Washington team as the Redskins. Oh, you're very welcome. And thanks for stopping by and just chewing the fat with me. So, for those who are still here, if I keep saying Redskins, I apologize in advance. As we got another handoff to Bijan Robinson, who gets another first down and lumbers his way further down. St. Juice, number 26 of the Commanders, with the tackle. And we're getting close to 7 minutes left in the half. As we get a Matthew McConaughey reference by Tirico. Algier now is the running back, and he gets quite a bit, about 6 5.5 or 6. Always a pleasure to have my red-headed Vike Queen here. And Penix is under center for a change, and he's going to fake the handoff. He tries to get to Hodge. Both he and Hodge were hammered, and we now have a flag, and the referees are discussing it. The way the Commanders fans are booing, oh, hit to the head. Fowler, number 6, the guilty party. Ugh. That was a quick release of the flag. I must say I'm very impressed. And hello to whomever's still hanging with me. If you want to chat up something to me, feel free to do so. So automatic first down. The ball's now at the 12.5 of the Commanders. And again, Penix is under center. He pitches it out to Robinson, Bijan that is. And he's forced out of bounds despite his twirling and whirling. I don't know if he got a first. Let's see. Very close. He did well to try and keep inbounds. They rule it at the 4. So 2nd and 1.5 to go. Penix again under center. Again, he hands it off to Robinson, who's trying to cut the corner. He got it. Touchdown, Falcons. Yeah, I wonder if they count where the football is when he goes into the end zone, because it looked like it was outside the pylon, but his feet did get in. It is under review. Oh, they're already calling it. So when he stepped out of bounds, that's where they're supposed to mark it in terms of the ball. It was not actually, it didn't even cross the goal line. But he did make the first down, so they get 3 or 4 chances to do it again. So for fantasy stat people, this will be a disappointment if you have him on your team. But he's back in there, and Penix is still under the center. And he's going to try and sneak it. And nothing. They did not do the Falcon version of the tush push. He tried to go around where his left tackle had gotten through, but the defensive end 99 shot through the gap and prevented a touchdown. So now Penix is in the gun back there. And he hands it off to Robinson, who's going to go around again. And this time there is no doubt. touchdown. So fantasy owners of him, rejoice. Didn't have to go all the way around to try and get. There was plenty of room. Thanks to a good block by London on the outside and his tight end number 89. And Patterson gets the extra point. Tirico must have been reading my mind about the fantasy football stuff. Well, so far, Penix is letting the run game do the talking. And whoever's joined me again, feel free to chat me up about anything if you want. The Falcons are definitely on the right track. And I know a lot of older people are somber in Georgia about the passing of former President Carter. Quite an honorable man. He struggled within his presidency to get what he wanted accomplished. But afterwards, he made the most of it. As they now show what the version of the Pro Bowl is. As we look at the Washington Monument, a reminder that this game is being played in the D.C. area. So the 50th anniversary show is on February 16th. And Collinsworth and I are getting lost in Let's Remember about watching it when we were younger and the realization, oh, it's been on that long? As it's a touchback. So you didn't miss anything. They had a nice skit about soldiers of the revolution getting someone from the future to tell them what it's like. Okay, Daniels is faking the handoff, and he's going to run on his own, and he's got a lot of room to run, but is eventually forced out of bounds by Ellis of the Falcons. So given the re-emphasis of the running game, I hope to see after Monday Night Football the final stats of the biggest runners in the league. The ball's in the Falcons territory at the 45. Robinson, Brian that is, Jr., gets a nice gain. about 7. Oh, hold on. We got laundry. Holding on the offense. 74 Coleman is the guilty party. And yep, that's a hold. In the meantime, we have an injury. He was run into from behind below the waist, and that's always a risk you have to worry about in the league. So we have an injury timeout, and I am going to go check out my Star Trek Fleet Command game. Ugh. Okay, the action is back. And Daniels drops back to pass. He's in trouble, and he is down. Number 15 with the sack for the Falcons. Judon, the highly paid free agent they got from New England, earning his keep. And Daniels had no idea that was coming. Okay, so apparently, if the offense is allowed to, if the offense changes players and tries to do the no huddle, Washington gets the opportunity to do that too, and that's when the ref can intervene before. Okay, the Commanders had to take a timeout because the play clock was running down. I'm looking at the scores in the back of Tirico and Collinsworth to see who actually won. Or at least get a reminder of who won. Oh my goodness, 2nd and 30. Ball went back to the Commanders' 35. So between the penalty and the sack, they were really in trouble. And Daniels is under pressure and forced to throw it out of bounds. And if you're a lip reader, you can see that Quinn wasn't happy. Okay. We now have a wide receiver screen, Zacchaeus. It was going to be quite the challenge to get a first down out of that. He got 10 before he was forced out of bounds or tackled out of bounds. So they're going to have to punt. As we wait for the punt to go away. Oh, they decide we'll wait for the 2-minute warning. So, whoever's joined me here, feel free to chat me up for anything you want to talk about. Take off your jacket and stay a while. So, we have gone back to commercial. Yay. I'd talk about my Phoenix Suns, but they seem to have settled into a groove around 500 that I'm not liking. There's no hockey in Arizona anymore, at least of the professional variety. The Sun Devil basketball team's doing all right. Wonder if they beat BYU. Let's see. Interesting. Carter's death is a top headline on ESPN. Soon it'll be March Madness season. Okay. Oh, they still have yet to play them. It's going to be on New Year's Eve. Okay. So Way will be punting it off. Atlanta has all 3 of their timeouts, so they can make something of this drive and have all their timeouts. Way gets it off, and it goes out of bounds. And we got a flag. And we got holding, preliminary indication by the ref on the kicking team. They're going to add the penalty to the end of the kick. Forrest, number 22, is the guilty party for the Commanders. He got thrown to the ground. That was Hodge trying to come in to block the punt. And Washington is losing the penalty battle. So the ball is on the 28. Tosses to Robinson. Bijan, that is. Ooh. Gets 9 on that. So the ball had gone out at the 18, so that was quite the punishing penalty. And they're letting the clock run down. Robinson was not tackled out of bounds. We have another run. And again, Robinson gets the first down. Again, they let the clock run after that run. Robinson's close to getting 100 yards already. He's already got 2 touchdowns. If you have him on your fantasy, you're really, really happy. Penix is now back to pass and floats it to London, who gets it in the Commander's territory, and that stops the clock after he slid out. As Cousins looks on wantonly for some reason. Penix is in the gun. Now he's back to pass. Gets it to Mooney, number 1. Ex-Bear. And they're still letting the clock run. Good Lord. Penix back to pass again. He gets it to Pitts. 16 seconds left. Went out of bounds, so again it stops the clock. So, despite the questioning of the management of the clock, they could still use potentially all 3 timeouts if they can manage the time right on these plays. Penix in the gun. The ball's at the 21. Hey, that rhymed. I think we got a hit. Penix back to pass. Almost picked. Oh. Oh, that would have been disaster. They still haven't used a timeout. Wagner tipped it. It went the other way. And the ball was spinning towards number 1 of the Commanders, and he couldn't get a hand on. He couldn't keep it in. He got both hands on it. Penix back to pass. And he guns into the end zone, but it's too far for London. It's incomplete. They still haven't used a timeout. And this is going to be interesting. Oh, it's 4th down. They have to do the field goal thing. Sometimes I wonder if they shouldn't just let teams keep their timeouts that they don't use in the half instead of doing the use it or lose it thing. So it's going to be a 39-yard attempt for Patterson. The kick is on the way, and it is good. It was curving wickedly, but it went in. So he finally gets a field goal that counts. and 2 seconds left. And they're at the point in the schedule where the game times and teams are to be determined. So no one knows who's the last Sunday night football game and the last game of the regular season for the NFL is going to be. I'm suspecting the Vikings and the Lions. Now, if the Lions win on Monday night coming up, they'll be tied with the Vikings for first in the Central in the NFC, and the winner will get a chance to be number one in the NFC, period. That'll probably be the game. I want to check the weather. I may go out, take some movies of the local winter scene here where I live, provided it's not raining. So the Falcons are up 17-7.5. As the NBC lady talks to Coach Morris, whose Falcons are 6-2 this year when leading at halftime. And of course, I'm getting lag on the app. Oh yeah, Saquon got over 2,000, despite the slow start the offense had under Kenny Pickett. They really put the hammer down eventually. And there's the Capitol building. Aha! So it's intermittent rain. Yeah, there's no pause button. There is a share screen button, I've just realized. Okay. All right, I'm going to step out. So I give you chair number 3 again. Oh, wait, everyone's waiting in line. Of course. Zamboni's at work. You get to see me in my fluorescent hairdo. Gonna mute it while someone's actually here? Just as I'm about to leave. Uh, well, whoever is here, I appreciate you stopping by. Feel free to chat me up on anything. Or not. Okay, now I can mute it. Okay. So the line's starting to move outside. Let me double check the weather. Appears to be no rain. I'll be back again. Okay, so much for that. Let's get back to the action. I bet all I missed was a touchback. The Commanders' ball. Daniels is back to pass. He escapes a scack, and then he doesn't. Oh, so apparently it's third down. Daniels got out of that sack opportunity, but then he lost his footing, and now he's happening again, and again he goes down. Although we have one of Jade's headbands again, so let's see what it's about. Illegal contact on the defense, number 51 of the Falcons. Malone is the guilty party. Really killer penalty there. I know that's a Captain Obvious moment. He pushed Zach Ertz, although Ertz barely budged. Okay, so the ball's at the 24. As we have McLaurin in motion, and Daniels fakes the pass, and then tried to thread the needle to get to Crowder, but he couldn't hold on to it. Second and 10. They get a run to Brian Robinson, and he almost got a first down. And now they say, oh, he did get a first down. And hello, whoever's ever joined me. Feel free to chat me up on anything if you want. Take off your jacket and stay a while. So Washington is getting a chance to drive as the ref stalls the info so subs can get in. Zacchaeus in motion, and he gets the pass from Daniels on the wide receiver screen. Weaving through, he gets the first down. But hold on, we got laundry. Holding on the offense. So the refs giveth and the refs taketh away. So the guilty party was number 13, Osborne, and yeah, he was holding. Did the hold and then did the takedown. So it's back to the 24. Daniels is under pressure yet again. He gets out of it this time, able to get the pass off to Ertz, who's got a first down, and he might get a lot more, and he does, and he gets the Falcons 37. Okay. Daniels back to pass again, but it's way out of the range of McDaniels, number 26, the running back. And 11:29 left in the third. And he does the no huddle thing, although he takes his time in doing so. And it's a handoff to McDaniels this time. And he gets about 5 or 6. So 3rd and 5, balls on the 34 of the Falcons. Empty backfield for Daniels. Ertz now in motion, and now Daniels back to pass. Again, under pressure, but it's only a 3-man rush, and he is going to get the first down on his own, running out of bounds in the process. Crowd's getting amped up as a result. So Daniels still will to know he had some room to roam. He's back to pass again, gets it off to McLaurin on the quick slant, but he couldn't hang on to it, and he was well defended. And I got to step out for a second. Let's see. It is no longer on mute. I had a problem with that before. I don't know if I'm seeing a replay of the pass play or if they tried to redo that again and the same result happened. A completion of McLaurin. It's 3rd and 10. Daniels back to pass. He gets it complete to Crowder, but it's short of a first down. It's 4th and 1. Looks like they're going to go for it. And again, the ref stops the play from happening while they let the Falcons substitute on the defense. Daniels is under center, and they decide to go ahead and run it with Daniels running around the right end, and he gets the first down and runs out of bounds. That looked a bit like a very confident play. Wasn't that good of a fake of a handoff to Robinson, but Daniels got it regardless. So the ball's on the 12. Daniels hands it off to Robinson again, who gets past the 10 and down to the 9. So 2nd and 7. Daniels back to pass. And he's forced out again. And he is forced out of bounds and ends up losing a yard. I got to step out again. Ugh. Okay, Daniels back to pass. Looking, and he gets it to Ertz for the touchdown. And he throws it out into the crowd. Nearly 8-minute scoring drive. Barely able to keep that ball in the end zone. Gonzalez will now kick the extra point, and it is good. Got a really good game going on. So Northwest is apparently a federal credit union. I wonder how they got that name in the D.C. area. Not a very sensible sounding name for a business in the northeastern part of the country. But oh well, what the hell. So whoever's joined me at this commercial break, feel free to chat me up on anything. So the Sun Devil basketball team starts conference play in earnest. From the way it looks like, 5, 10. They're going to be playing 20 games. Jeez. It'll be on a Tuesday, Saturday schedule, which is odd. Instead of a Thursday, Saturday. So Gonzalez ready to kick it off. More than halfway through the third already. The kick is away. Oh, they're going to return this one. It's Avery Williams, number 26, gets it up to the 30, or maybe the 29 or the 29 and a half. So Bijan Robinson has 84 yards in the first half. If he gets 16 more, it'll be 11 in a row he's gotten over 100, which would be the most since 2005 when Warwick Dunn ran wild for the Dirty Birds. It is on the 29. Penix hands the ball off to Robinson, Bijan that is, and he gets a yard and no more. Maybe a yard and a half. So 2nd and 9. I don't think they even got a half a yard out of that. Penix back to pass. Gets it off to London, but he doesn't get much. Crowd's really getting amped up now. It's officially 3rd and 5 on the 34. Penix in the gun. Back to pass. Oh, he dropped the ball! There's also a flag that got dropped. So a lot to determine here. Holding on the offense, it appears. 65, Bergeron is the guilty party. They declined the penalty since he lost the ball and was forced to retrieve it back. So it'll be 4th down and a punting situation for the Falcons. Oh, it might have been hit by one of the Commander defenders, number 6, Fowler Jr. He gets a chain put on his neck as a reward. Pinion on to punt. Let's see if Pinion can pin down the Commanders. Snap is away, and so is the punt. And it bounces out of bounds. At the 30. So not that it was all right. It was something of a line drive. So, time to go back to my game. Okay. Once again, I've stayed too long, and we've got a false start by the Commanders. Cosme number 76 is the guilty party. Again, he's shaking his head, which is probably worthless. And that's their 9th penalty. So they're they're 1st and 15. It looks like they didn't get a playoff yet. Or maybe they did. The ball's at the 38. And Daniels is back to pass, and the pass is batted down by Ellis. Oh no. Number 53. Okay, 2nd and 15. Daniels back to pass, and now he's going to run. And he gets past the defender. Oh, this could be... Well, he at least gets a first down. I thought he was going to run it for more. He had blockers, but he went off to the sideline. And it looks like he's decided, I'm no longer going to be a sack victim. If I see daylight, I'm going to go for it. They're already in Falcons territory at the 44. Single back. Hands it off to Rodriguez, number 36, another junior. Daniels back to pass already, and he's under pressure and able to get past the line of scrimmage and gets 3. Third and 5, ball's on the 39. Rodriguez is to Daniels' right. Crowder's in motion. Daniels back to pass. And he's going to lift it, and it's too far away for McLaurin. Crowd wants pass interference. I didn't see any. Although number 24 fell on McLaurin towards the end. That was Terrell, another junior. Yeah, he looked back and kind of bodied McLaurin away from the play, but it didn't look like it was going to be caught. Now they're going to go for it again. It's a bit risky here. They're not exactly that deep in Falcons territory, but Daniels back to pass. He gets it to Rodriguez. Oh, no, McDaniels, excuse me. McNichols. I'll get it right one of these days. Quick throw to the running back. All he had to do was stretch out. And it took him a while to figure that out for some reason. He got hit by Ellis or Bates. And it was as if he was trying to continue to get out of the grasp. But he eventually leapt forward for the first down. And while I've been explaining that, the Falcons were at risk of having too many men on the field, so they called a timeout before the flag was thrown. And we now have Again, a commercial timeout. So they finally call a timeout. And hello, whoever this is just joining right when the commercials happen. Why is that my story? Ugh. And now they're gone. And now I can continue on with my game. Okay, we're back to the action. We got a swing pass by Daniels. And my TV cut out. Looks like it might have been for a first down. And we have a handoff to a wide receiver doing the end around for Zacchaeus, and he bangs his way forward for a first down. And the Commanders have had the ball for nearly a whole quarter, and the Falcons defense must really be wishing they could get off the field. And we have a couple fake handoffs by Daniels, who decides to take it himself and goes out of bounds. Gets 5, but no more. And we'll see if they run out the clock to let the quarter end. I don't know if this was a broken play, but it worked. Okay. So Redskin, I did it again. Damn it. Commanders look like they're about to score. We'll see how the Falcons can respond unless they somehow get a turnover or can force at the least a field goal. Okay, back to the action. Daniels is in the gun. Hands it off to Rodriguez, who really has to fight for yardage. Gets 4. So it's 3rd and 1. Be interesting to see how this ends. And it's another no huddle for Daniels, although the ref was in the way to let the Falcons get defenders in. And it's a handoff to Rodriguez again, who is assisted by his lineman in pushing him towards the first down. And once again, we have an official delay. It's 1st and goal at the 8. Again, we have a handoff to Rodriguez again. Again, bursts through the line, gets to the 3. It'll be 2nd and goal. I don't know why Brian Robinson isn't in there, but they're doing well with what they have, and now it's a pitch out to Rodriguez, who evades a tackle and gets in for a touchdown. Chris Rodriguez Jr. And Washington is just dominating. And it was a terrible attempt at a tackle. It looked like he was just trying to throw his body at his waist, and it was just Rodriguez just bounced off him. So now we're going to have the extra point try by Gonzalez, and it's good. And appropriate here in the DC area, they do the outro music as everybody wants to rule the world by Tears for Fears. And hello to everyone who's joined me. Feel free to chat me up about anything now that we're at an official timeout for commercials. Take off your jacket and stay a while. I don't know what this Deal or No Deal Island is all about, but it looks bizarre. If you want to talk about that, feel free to go ahead. Talk about anything you want. And I'm seeing a reference to my local credit union in a commercial. Did I finally download this picture? I guess I did. Okay. I mean it. You want to talk about anything, go ahead. I'll adjust accordingly. Ugh. I'll try and make sure to keep an eye on chat. It's a bit difficult when no one responds, but I'm keeping an eye out. Look at inside the Capitol Dome. Very impressive. And they have the main head cheese of the Commanders there as Gonzalez kicks it off. And it's going to be a touchback. Okay. Penix is in the gun with a single back behind him. London is in motion. Penix back to pass. Gets the pass off to 89, his tight end. That was a gain of 6. Handoff to Robinson, Bijan that is. Falcons aren't forsaking their Robinson at the running back, but he only gets 2 in this instance, and it's going to be 3rd down. So it'll be 3rd and 2, under 12 minutes left in the game. Warner was the one who caught the ball, by the way. They haven't completed the 3rd down conversion yet, these Falcons. Let's see if they can do it here. Penix back to pass. He gets it to the running back number 34, Ray McLeod. And so I thought he was down, but the ref said no, and he's managing to gain extra yardage and gets a first down. First time I've heard his name called all night. Sandra still had him, but McLeod's knees never hit the ground. Pennett's about to pass again. He's hit as he throws, and they're going to say incomplete. Near sacked forced Penix to be off on his throw. Second and 10. The ball's at the Commanders' 49. Penix back to pass. Oh, had London, but Martin broke it up. He's played a great game tonight. And he used his helmet to hit the ball out of London's hands. So 10:57 left in the game, 3rd and 10. Penix in the gun, back to his left. Penix now back to pass. He's in trouble, and he's sacked, and the ball came out. Falcons got it, but that's a loss. Back into Falcons territory, and they're going to have to punt. Baptism by fire, it truly is for Penix. Giants probably didn't have all this pressure on him in the game last week. Pinion will be the kicker. Punt is away. And Crowder's going to take it. Gets it out to the 36. He had a full head of steam going, too. There was no one down there aside from the gunners on the side, and they overshot it. Gonna go back to my game really quick. Ugh. So apparently Morris was the interim coach for Washington. Or was it for the Falcons? Daniels back to pass. He gets it off to Zacchaeus, who gets across midfield. Under 9:30 left in the game. Ertz in motion. Daniels fakes the handoff, takes it on his own, and he is hit, but he manages to hang on and twist his way to the 40. So Jaden Daniels has just set the most rush yards by a rookie quarterback, and the guy who held the record, a former Redskin, Robert Griffin. 2nd and 3 officially. Daniels in the gun again. Hands it off to Robinson. Brian, that is, who gets his own big run. Another first down. It's a shame what happened to Griffin. In the meantime, we have Robinson on another run and another first down. We're under 8 minutes to play, and they're wanting to put this game to bed. So both B. Robinsons are doing well in the running game. Daniels hands it off to Robinson again, who gets a short gain this time, maybe about 3. Ball's at the 20 or the 17. Daniels back to pass. And he's got Ertz wide open. Oh no, 87. Bates. A Boise State guy. We'll get to see them in the playoffs on New Year's too. And now Washington's forced to call a timeout because they've struggled to get the playoff in time. So they started off well, then got victimized by themselves on the penalty and turnover front. And in the second half, whatever the game planned has obviously worked. And they've kept the Falcons offense off the field quite a bit. And if the Commanders win this game, they clinch the playoff berth for good. Good for them. Okay, ball's at the 3, 1st and goal, 6:07 left in the game. And we got Daniels doing the audible thing, and he's got to hurry up and get the snap going. He gets it, and he decides to try and get it in himself after faking the pitch to Robinson, but he only gets about halfway there. So, 2nd and goal. They were asking for a reset, apparently. They didn't get it, and they're forced to call yet another timeout. Daniels probably should have just gone on with the play instead of forcing the Commanders to burn a timeout. I almost did it again. All right. Hand off to Robinson, and he is stopped. So all their attempts to put in extra linemen went for naught. Let's see what happened. And the Falcons had a lot of their big bodies scrunched into the middle. But it was a guy off the edge that ended up breaking up the play. So 3rd and goal at the 2.5. Daniels fakes the handoff, is back to pass. He gets it to Zacchaeus for the touchdown. But hold on. We got one of Jade's headbands. Holding on the offense. 76 Cosme's the guilty party again, and he's looking very animated about it. So 3rd and goal at the 12.5 now. Falcons have done well to hold on, given how tired they must be. But we have a pass, and it's incomplete because it was thrown out of bounds. So it'll be field goal time. So that was a bit of a mess. Well, this is an interesting stat. The Commanders have gone through 4 kickers. It's going to be a 31-yard attempt. The kick is on the way, and it is good. Well, that's something to look at. Who have all the kickers been? The only one I comes to mind is Joey Sly, but I only remember him from a while ago. Um, let's see, kickers. We'll actually have to look at the roster. Okay. Whoops. Quit messing with me here. Okay, we can adjust by position. Yeah, they've listed all the kickers they've gone through. Cade York, who's now at the Bengals, Austin Siebert, Greg Joseph, and Gonzalez. I'd have to look at the injury report to see, or even if they list an injury report. I'll have to look it up later. We're back to the action. Okay, here's the kickoff by Gonzalez. Oh, it's going to be short, so they're going to be returnable. Williams gets through the initial wave, but can only get to the 32. So despite the Commanders dominating this half, because the Falcons have a significant enough lead in the first, they're only down by 7 and can still tie or win this thing. .425 left in the game. Penix in the gun, hands it off to Bijan Robinson, who's going to try and run around to get some yardage, and he does after initially being denied in the middle of the field. Forced out of bounds, so it'll stop the clock, and now it's only after 5 minutes are left in a quarter that the clock can be stopped. 2nd and 3 now. At the 37. Mooney's in motion for the Falcons. Penix fakes the handoff, back to pass, and tries to get to London, but it's too low, too far away, incomplete. So this is where you're in 4th down territory, even though you're deep in your own zone. Third and 5. Penix back to pass. Got time, and he gets it to London, who rolls out of bounds. 4:08 left, and first down. So ball's in Commander's territory at the 49. Penix is in the gun. Single back to his back. Fakes the handoff to that back. Back to pass. Penix gets the pass off to Pitts. But we have one of Jade's headbands. Holding offense, number 76. Again, McGarry. 76 of the Falcons. So 76 of the Commanders also had a holding call. Looks a bit questionable. But nevertheless, it's 1st and 20. Under 4 minutes now. Penix back to pass. Gets it to Robinson, Bijan that is, for a modest gain. It'll be third. Oh, it's second down. And now we've got a no-huddle situation as the clock winds down, although the ref stops it so that Washington can get their defensive players on. Penix back to pass again. And now he's going to run. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Clock is running down. Officially, it's 3rd and 11. Tarico's reading my mind again. It's exactly at the 50. Penix is in the gun. He's back to pass. Gets it long a ways away to Pitts, but he can't hang on to it. He's covered extensively by number 11, Chin. So this is definitely, you got to go for it territory. He didn't turn around, but Chin didn't make too many hold moves and got his arm up to the point where he interfered with the catch. So here we go. 2:34 left in the game. 4th and 11. Penix back to pass. Gets it to an open Drake London, who spins out and able to get out of bounds. Oh! Ball's at the 19 now. Penix is under center. And they do a run to Raymay McLeod, who squeaks through to get the first down and is forced out of bounds. Again, it stops the clock. And now the thing is, there could be, if Atlanta scores a touchdown, there could be time for the Commanders to do a drive. So it looks like he stepped out at the 5. So Atlanta's finally got a drive going when they desperately need it. Oh no! They were doing the Wildcat! And the ball slipped out of his hands. Oh! Tirico says bluntly they screwed it up. We now have the 2-minute warning, so the Falcons have time to figure out now what. Robinson tried to get away from the defensive tackle who was coming and bearing down on him, but couldn't. Oh, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Just when you think this is going to go to potentially overtime. Ay, 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 ay. Hold on a minute. I got game action going on my PC. Ugh. So they tried the Wildcat with Penix in motion. And the snap just went over Robinson's head. Oh, it's only 2nd and goal. But it's from the 26. Penix with a long pass. He gets it to London again. And interesting, he was forced out of bounds, but they don't stop the clock. Well, I think Falcons are actually happy with that in case they do score. Less time for the Commanders to put together a drive of their own. Penix back to pass. Goes to the end zone. Incomplete. Too high for London. Morris trying to encourage his team to not worry about that last play. We got another one going. They have 2 timeouts if they want to discuss this, because this is their season. And the play clock's running down. 1:23 left. He's back to pass. They get the play off. Oh, he got it to Pitts! Oh, wow! Touchdown, Falcons. Jeez. The question now becomes, Go for 2 or 1. Oh, it's going to be an extra point try. The kick is up. It is good. So Koo is indeed hurt. A lot of kickers getting hurt. So there is time for the Commanders to put a drive through. Only one timeout, but it's 1:19 left on the clock. Definitely enjoying this one. So we'll see what happens. All the Redskins would need would be a field goal, mind you. As we wait for the commercials to keep going. And new midwinter replacement show being profiled. So Pinion, the punter, is going to be doing the kickoff duties again. And it's going to be long enough. Good of him to continue to do his job well. Press into service. And again, we're going to have a commercial timeout. So all we can do is wait. And I'm all talked out. Let's see. Now we're finally back. Okay, here we go. Daniels is in the gun. Back to his left. McLaurin in motion. Snap is away. Daniels back to pass. But now he's going to run. And he's going to get sacked. Loses a yard only. They're going to get moving. Penix back, Daniels back to pass again. And hit by McLaurin. It's being defended by Terrell, but it's a bit too much for even McLaurin's outstretched hands. Less than a minute to go. Daniels back to pass again. And Zacchaeus had it, but again, it was defended well. So Washington's actually going to punt this. Oh, actually, it hit Zacchaeus on the face mask, and he couldn't after it went through his hands. Wayne needs to get this punt off really far. He looks like he does. Oh, nice tackle. Williams was trying to get a big return. He didn't even make it to the 20 because of a great open field tackle by number 35, Butler of the Commanders. Well, that stadium looks nice and full. So, 40 seconds left. Falcons have 2 timeouts. Again, they only need a field goal. But it's at the 19. Penix back to pass. He gets it off. And he gets it to Mooney in bounds. Are they going to call a timeout? They're not. Oh, geez. It's under 20 seconds. Penix back to pass again. And it's incomplete. Oh, they wasted so much time. They had again, just like they did in the first half. They're letting the clock go down too much. And you've got 2 timeouts. Oh, boy. I don't know what Patterson's record is. I haven't seen him kick much. I don't think he's been in the league long. All right. 2nd and 10. Penix back to pass. And he launches it, and it's incomplete. No one in the vicinity. Penix, London fell down. Not London Bridge, London the man. I don't know what happened, but now it's 3rd and 10. Let's see. Feet got entangled. Oh. Let's see what we got here. 3rd and 10. Ball on the 44. And now they decide to call timeout because the play clock ran down. Ugh. Have they not seen what the Bears are doing or not doing? Boy, Falcons fans got to be tearing their hair out. And this is why it's good in this instance when you're watching games to not be a fan of any particular team. So let's see what happens this time. Penix in the gun. Oh, we got a encroachment on the defense. Was he drawn off? Nope. Neutral zone infraction. 97. Obata was the guilty party. So that's a dead ball play. And the Falcons are back in. Are they in Commander's territory? Let's see here. It's right. No, just short of the 50. All this drama. Penix back the pass. Oh, there's a blitz going on, but he gets off the pass, and now we got a flag. Oh, it's holding on the defense. I'm not sure if it's pass interference, though. If it's holding, it's just a 5-yarder, I believe. No, they're calling it pass interference. 24 held Mooney, Terrell. So the Falcons get a chance to win this. They were screwing this up royally and got bailed out. Oh, it's been Patterson's 3rd team he's played for. It's going to be a 56-yarder. Now Washington has a timeout if they want to try and ice him. And here's Koo in street clothes. All right. The snap, the hold, the kick. Oh, no! It was on line to go in. It had the angle. It didn't have the distance. Oh. So we got overtime. I don't know why you give the Falcons timeouts. They don't seem to want to call them when they need to. Falcons call heads. It's tails, and the Redskins are going to get the ball. And you bet this time they're going to want to receive. None of this defer stupidity. So, can't remember when the last Sunday night overtime game was. And I don't know why we're getting this long commercial timeout. Let's just get the game going already. I could deal with my online game, but I've gone too many minutes neglecting it afterwards, and bad things happened. So we got a kickoff, and it's a touchback. Given Pinion's pretty good with the long kickoffs, you wonder why they don't use him. But he's primarily a punter. Okay, Daniels is in the gun, and already we've got a false start. Cha-Cha is on. 74. Coleman. And they're dealing with the reality that this could be a tie. Commanders could still clinch a playoff berth if they do so. Daniels back to pass, and now he's going to run. Gets to the 32. Be second down. Got a Falcon running off the field injured. Don't know who that is. Okay. Daniels again in the gun. McNichols in motion. Back to pass. Daniels gets it to Ertz, who hasn't been touched, but I guess the refs say he gave himself up. And substitutions are in. Daniels is in the gun again. Robinson is back in the game and to his left. Fake the handoff to Robinson. He gets to the 49. Daniels does. Okay, 2nd and 3. It's a handoff to Robinson. Brian, that is, but he doesn't get much. Maybe a half a yard. Although the refs are giving forward progress, so it's going to be a yard. Now, with modern OT, only 10 minutes as opposed to the usual 15. It's at the 50 officially. Daniels now back to pass. He's in trouble already, and now he's going to run it. Gets on the outside and runs out of bounds. Ball's at the 34. Daniels is in the gun. Back to pass. Gets it to Ertz. Wasn't sure if he caught that, but ref said no problema. Ooh, he had to pin that to his thigh. So it's at the 30, 2nd and 6. Daniels still in the gun. Back to pass. Gets it off to his running back, Rodriguez, who does the hurdle. Giving people something to cheer. Got the first down beforehand. Wonder where they called him out. Because he was in the air before he got his feet down quite a bit. And he have it down at the 18 of the Falcons. Daniels with the pass to Robinson out of the backfield. Gets the 14. And again, we've got another time-chewing drive by the Commanders. You bet the Falcons are wishing they could have gotten off the field a lot more in the second half. 2nd and 6. Daniels again in the gun. And he going to go ahead and run it and gets a first down. They're methodically just getting the ball down the field. See, I think it's gone down to the 7. Oh, that's the 8. But it's first and goal regardless. And he's going to run it again. Up. Nice open field tackle by number 20. Alford. So 4 minutes left. And counting. Whoever's joining me, if you want to chat me up about anything and what little time there's left, go ahead. And now we got an audible by Daniels here. Just gets it off in time. And now he's going to run again. Can he make it into the end zone? Oh, no! Just close. I thought he might squeeze his way through, but he got knocked down hard by the defense. And we're under 3 minutes. Call timeout with 2:45 left. And the crowd's chanting MVP. Well, he's definitely their MVP in Washington land. The Beltway. But I mentioned earlier about Lamar Jackson's stats. Those are just unreal. You wonder why the Ravens don't have a better record. Okay, we're finally getting to it. 1.5 yard line. Daniels back to pass. Did he get it? To Ertz? Yes, he did. Another low pass. It was hard to see, but refs say yes. It's going to be under review. Let's see here. Oh, yes, he did. Wow. The ex-Eagle and Cardinal keeps it from hitting the ground. And they've clinched their first playoff berth in 4 years. They haven't had a playoff win since 2005. I'm glad I held on to stream this game. I just was not in the mood to do much of anything last week. But so they've got a fight. I wonder if they did alter the victory song, because And there's Cousins giving encouragement to Penix. So it'll be interesting to see what the final Sunday night game is. They'll have it all sorted out after Monday night. So, I don't know who's joining me now. But thank you for watching. If you have on and off, I got to end the stream because I don't know what else to talk about unless you've got something you want to bring up to me in chat. All right. That's it. Bye-bye. Bye, Bonds.